Hello Sophie, this is your Uncle Don, and I thought I'd make this video in appreciation of your Yankee swap gift that I won at our last Christmas Eve dinner. I'm sorry you weren't able to attend that. This may look a little awkward, even more awkward than my usual videos, partly because my screenwriter is not available this time. Matthew Moore is busy experiencing the delights of Emerson College in downtown Boston now and doesn't have the time to write me a little screenplay for this video, so I'm going to have to just do it off the cuff. So I thought, as with any project, you really should read the directions thoroughly before starting the project, and there's always a first time, so I figured I'd do it this time. This was a very nice gift. It's called Superhero Muffins from Sophie Bresnahan. And it comes with plenty of instructions here and descriptions. And so Superhero Muffins. These muffins were engineered by Olympic runner Shalane Flanagan and can be found in her cookbook, Run Fast, Eat Slow. I'm not sure where you're running fast to, but you can eat slow. For those of you who do not know who Shalane is, she is a bad double asterisk Olympic runner who won the New York City Marathon in 2017. She was the first American woman to win the New York City Marathon in more than 4 decades. I, or Sophie, can't be certain, but Sophie is pretty sure that she probably ate these superhero muffins before she won the marathon. Ipso facto, that's Latin, you may win a marathon after you eat these muffins. Eat at your own risk. And it has a smiley face. So, it starts off by a list of ingredients. It has 2 cups almond meal, 1 cup old-fashioned rolled oats, 2 teaspoons ground cinnamon, ½ a teaspoon ground nutmeg, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon fine sea salt, 1/2 cup chopped walnuts, those are optional, 1/2 cup chocolate chips, those are optional but highly recommended by Sophie, 3 eggs, beaten, not included. We'll forgive her that since this was not refrigerated. 1 cup grated zucchini, that's not included either. I guess zucchinis need to be refrigerated also. 1 cup grated carrots, that's about 2 carrots. Those were not included. This is starting to get more expensive by the line. 6 tablespoons unsalted butter, you guessed it, not included, but melted once you obtain it. 1/2 cup maple syrup, that is included. 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. So directions is position a rack in the center of the oven. I'll probably have to get some help with that. Preheat the oven. Well, it says upper, but I think it's oven to 350 degrees. Line a 12-cup standard muffin tin with paper muffin cups. Won't those burn in the oven? In a large bowl, combine the almond meals, oats, cinnamon, nutmeg, baking soda, salt, and walnuts, and chocolate chips, if using those. In a separate bowl, mix together the eggs, zucchini, carrots, butter, maple syrup, and vanilla. Add to the dry ingredients, mixing until just combined. The batter will be thick. We'll see. Spoon the batter into the muffin cups, filling each to the brim. Bake until the muffins are nicely browned on top and a toothpick inserted in the center of the muffin comes out clean. 25 to 30 minutes. Now I figure if we heat the oven to 350 degrees, it'll take 25 to 30 minutes. If we do not want to use as much energy and have a lower carbon footprint, then we can do 175 degrees and bake them for 60 minutes. Alternatively, we could even put it at room temperature, and I think if we let it sit at 2.5 hours, then that should be adequate, but we'll see. But in any event, she also included a picture of the recipe book. So on to making the muffins. All right, to start, I think we can combine this with a bit of an unboxing video and show you the contents of the Yankee swap gift that I happened to win from Sophie at Christmas Eve. So to start, we have even included a muffin tins to put the muffin batter in. They come with paper muffin cups. I'm not sure how I can use them if they're stuck to the bottom of the muffin tins, but we'll see. Once we open it, it might be more evident. We have a bag of natural almond flour. We have the chopped walnuts. Those are all optional. We'll have to see what strikes our mood at the time. This was from someone else's Yankee swap. We have the rolled oats. I think they're probably pre-rolled, but just in case you need to, you can roll these oats. As opposed to sowing your oats. There's some baking soda, just in case the kitchen becomes smelly, you can open that up. There's maple syrup in an authentic maple container. There's Mediterranean sea salt. There's cinnamon. There are more baking cups, just in case I can't get the other ones unstuck from the bottom of the muffin pan. There's semi-sweet chocolate chips. These are also optional, but recommended by Sophie. There's ground nutmeg. And there's vanilla extract. So we will follow the directions and combine all these ingredients and wind up with our superhero muffins. All right, now I've pre-measured all of the ingredients, so not to bore you with an overly long video, which this already is. But first, it's always very important when you're doing any work in the workshop or in the kitchen to wear your safety glasses. It's very important to protect your eyes. I happen to have a pair of well-tinted safety glasses, which will make this a little bit more difficult, but I think I'll be able to manage. So I've measured these out. I'd like to give you one word of caution, that you need to allow plenty of time, because the sea salt comes in a little grinder here, and to get a half a teaspoon takes a while to grind this. So you have to manually grind the sea salt before you can start the process. So make sure you start plenty early in the morning. The other thing is, it is good to wear something to keep the hair out of the muffins. No one likes hairy muffins, so I brought my Texas Rangers cap to do that job. So in any event, so the dry ingredients, I measured them all out. So the first is the almond meal. That's 2 cups. 1 cup of the pre-rolled oats. I happen to put all of the spices and salt and all of that all together. They go in there. The walnuts, half a cup of that, half a cup of the optional chocolate chips. And there we have all the dry ingredients. You can give it a little mix so they get to know each other. And there you go. When we return, I will do the wet ingredients. So I'm back now with the wet ingredients. First, I'd like to apologize for all the mess here. As you know, my middle name is not cleanliness. It's also not intelligence. It's Milner, which comes from my ancestors, the Milners, who migrated from Kentucky to Texas. They were some of the first prehistoric Moors that wound up in Texas. So in any event, that's a digression. So for the wet ingredients, I guess that includes the zucchini and the carrots. So Aunt Charlene was nice enough to give me some zucchini and carrots from the store, but I had a little initial problem. I figured you probably should peel them, so I got the peeler out, and when I started peeling them, I noticed that the peeler was not working on them, and so I had to switch hands, and as I used my right hand to peel them, they peeled just fine. So I think she got the right-handed zucchini and carrots and not the left-handed ones, but I was able to adapt to that. So that's a very important lesson, to always be adaptable. So in any event, one of the beauties of the superhero muffins is you can take the instructions, take the carrots and zucchini, and just wave the instructions over them and say the magic words, which are high fiber, and before you know it, they are magically grated right in front of your eyes. So that is a very good time saver. So in any event, now we have the wet ingredients all measured out. I'm going to take another large bowl, and we're going to combine the eggs. I've got the eggs over here. Oh, pay no attention to that food processor. So the eggs I beat within an inch of their lives. I beat them so hard they came out meringue, and I had to throw them away and start over. But these are the 3 eggs, so you add those in like that. They're teeming with bacteria, but I assume we're going to cook the muffins, so that's fine. And then eggs, then the zucchini, the carrots, butter, and maple syrup. So we have the zucchini, the carrots, the butter's over here. Start that. Sorry, the butter's supposed to be melted. It's not quite there yet, but it's getting close. So we'll put the maple syrup in first. So the maple syrup and the vanilla's in there as well. And that's looking very good. It's almost looking like muffins already. And then we'll throw the melted butter in. It's not all melted, but that's probably going to be okay. Whoever gets the muffin with the big chunk of butter in it wins the prize. So again, we take a wooden spoon and mix all of these together, and so that's the wet ingredients. Okay, so now the next step is to put the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients, and it cautions us that the batter that ensues will be thick. So we'll see. I'm not sure if thick means cognitively impaired or if it means viscous, but we'll see. So we got remember the dry ingredients. They've all been getting acquainted. So you pour those in there, and then that same spoon, you mix them together. They really are looking super. Doesn't really say how long to mix them, but I'll give it a few more stirs here, and when we come back, we'll spoon the mixture into those handy-dandy muffin cups. All right, now I mixed the thick batter for quite a while, and I'd like to mention just one thing. I just realized that I used salted instead of unsalted butter for these, so they will be rather heavily sodium laden, but I think the extra fiber will offset that. Plus, I've been compliant with my antihypertensive, so I think it'll be safe for me to eat them once done. So we'll start. I was able to extract the handy muffin tins that Sophie so graciously supplied, and in fact I was able to take the paper muffin cups off the bottom of them and use those, so I may have to reimburse Sophie for the extra muffin cups that she supplied with the Yankee gift, but we'll discuss that later. So it says to spoon this mixture. You better get a smaller spoon. into these cups and to fill them to the brim. So I will work on this for the next several hours, and when I come back, we will put the muffins in the oven. It's exciting. Hello. So I finished spooning all of the muffin mix into these muffin paper cups in the muffin tins, and it comes out to being almost exactly 12 muffins, and that's very special. So the next step is to take these, put them into the oven, and I think I'll do it the conventional way this time at 350 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. And we'll see how that goes. The next time around I can try just setting them out at room temperature and seeing if we leave them for even a day, whether they'll be edible at the end of that period. So next time we see, we'll be putting these in the oven.
Is the stove on?
Yes.
Why?
Here, what?
Why?
Why is the stove on?
Yeah.
Oh no, the stove, oh, that was melting the butter.
Uh-huh.
It's off now. All right, now we're back. I don't know if you can tell, the oven is set for 350 degrees. Aunt Charlene just reminded me that I left the stove on as well, and thankfully I didn't put the extra paper muffin cups on top of that. So we do not have a blaze going on at the moment. So the oven's set at 350 degrees. The rack is approximately in the center, and so we'll put the muffins in now and see what happens. They look nice and cozy in there. I'm going to set the timer to 30 minutes. We'll live dangerously. If anyone smells smoke, then let me know. And in 30 minutes we should see how super these superhero muffins are. Okay, Sophie, so we finished the muffins here, and by virtue of just completing them, I have become Muffin Man, as you can see. Your Aunt Charlene, who's become Muffin Woman, cannot be here because she's out fighting general bakery type crime, so I'm here to enjoy the muffins on my own. Mungo here would like to become Muffin Dog, but since we put the optional chocolate chips in there, he cannot. So we may make another batch for him at some point, omit the chocolate chips, and then he becomes a superhero as well. So here we go. Very moist. So. Instructions said eat slow and run fast, so I'll eat slow while I'm thinking of some place to run fast to. Hopefully it's not the bathroom. It's very good. I probably could have left them in the oven a little longer, but the toothpick test did come out clean. I put them in for the full 30 minutes, so I might put them in another minute or so next time, but these are great. So thank you very much for your Yankee Swap gift. I've enjoyed it thoroughly, and have a good, happy New Year.